Hey folks, a lot of the questions of late have been along the lines of how long did it take you to heal? What exactly did you go through, Greg, in order to get to where you are today? So I thought it'd be a good idea to sit down and talk you through the process. Something that I've learned is, I used to be of this mindset, everybody's different, something different will work for everybody. But the 80-20 rule applies here, and for the majority of you, the process of healing is going to be the same. And certainly for 100% of you, getting the meat, getting the chemicals and all that junk out of your life is going to be the path that you need to be on. So it's great that you found this channel, and it's great that you're getting serious about getting this kicked out of your life once and for all. So first of all, if you're coming to the eczema healing program from the standard Western diet with cheese and chicken and all that sort of stuff, there's a high chance that you could go through a full-on healing crisis before you can start to heal your skin. Why does this happen? Well, remember what we said about detoxification and vitality. What is vitality? It's the level of energy your body has left over to do house cleaning once all its daily tasks are taken care of. So what a healing crisis is it's almost as if your vitality levels up and you've got this available bundle of energy that the body decides to use to send out a whole load of toxins. And it does that through mucous membranes and also through the vicarious elimination zone that it's set up in the skin. So it's pretty much textbook. Pretty much 100% of you, when you start on the healing program, your symptoms are going to get worse. The symptoms are going to get worse. And you could be on it for 2 weeks, a month, 2 or 3 months even, before you start to see improvements. But this is normal, and this is what detoxification is all about. Detoxification is never a nice thing to experience, whether you have a full-on healing crisis or if you just go through a bit of a sniffly time. Either way, it's not going to be pleasant for you because your body's kicking out toxins. It's going to feel like how you feel when you're ill. But remember, there's a light at the end of the tunnel when you're detoxing, and there's a greater purpose to why you're doing this, to why you're going through it. You're going to get better afterwards. It's a necessary part of the process because there's stored toxins which you need to release, you need to allow out of the body. How deep your detox is, how sick you get, depends on a lot of things. It depends on the things that you've used in the past, like the substances, the chemicals that you've used in the past, what your diet has been like, how long you've had eczema. There's a lot of factors that will decide how deep your detox is and how strong of a healing crisis that you might have. But just go with it. You pretty much just have to go with it. And if at any point you want to reduce the detoxification symptoms, you can slightly worsen your diet. So you can bring in some more cooked food versus raw and things like that. So I started my journey with a full-on healing crisis. I was bedridden for about a week. Probably about 10 days I was in bed. I couldn't really work. I couldn't do anything. I was full-on sick as a dog. But I was educated on detoxification enough to go through it, to stick with it, to keep juicing. So this kicked off around about 2 or 3 weeks into the program, into what I now call the Eczema Healing Program, which is one of the chapters in the book, The Complete Guide to Healing Eczema. So I had this healing crisis at the start, and I think during that week, during that 10 days, I probably kicked out more toxins during that week than any other week in my life. Because it was just cold, it was just running, it was coughing, it was throwing up even, it was everything. I felt really sick. And if you're not educated on the subject of detoxification, you're going to think something's wrong. So following this initial detox phase, your body will start to heal, your skin will start to improve, your symptoms will start to die away gradually, and this will happen over time. And how long it takes completely depends on where you're at, the abuse that you've delivered to your body in the past. Say you've got 10 years of steroids under your belt, you can't just, heal that in a couple of months. That's going to take time. That's going to take time to rebuild those cells, to flush all of that out. And there are things that you can do, which we talked about, and I'll talk about in other videos, to speed up the detoxification process. For me, I don't have a lot of relatively speaking, I only use steroids for maybe a year or two, regularly. And so I didn't have a great deal of TSW, topical steroid withdrawal, to go through. But for some of you, that's going to take longer. Somebody once said to me that for every 7 years of badness you've done to yourself, it's going to take around about a year of goodness to offset that. So that means if you're a 28-year-old with some skin problems or with some health problems in general, you've probably got a 4-year process to rebuild the body and to get back towards a place of health. That may sound like a hugely long time, but remember, this is about creating health. Remember that healing eczema is a byproduct. The Eczema Healing Program, it heals eczema as a byproduct of creating a holistic overall health, a healthful state in the body. The eczema goes as a byproduct. So for me, from start to finish, it was around about a 2-year process, 2 years before I could truly say my skin is healed, and I was confident that it wasn't going to return, because I'd worked out how to continuously make the detoxification process regular, daily, part of my lifestyle. I knew that I wasn't taking in enough toxins to ever build up that store to have eczema again. So for you, that could be faster, it could be slower. It depends on how fast you want to go. It depends on how deep you're willing to take the detox. And it also depends on your process, where you've been, what your diet has been like throughout the rest of your life. Comments and questions down below on this one. I'm here to help. As I always say, I'm here to help. My email address is available to you all. So send me any message you want and comment below. I always read the comments. And head over to eczemahealing.org too, where you can download the free getting started tips. For some of you, that's all you're going to need is just the getting started tips. And you should be able to get cracking on some good detox straight away. For the full process, for my complete advice, everything in one place, the complete guide to healing eczema, that's what you want to get. So thanks again for watching. Subscribe for more if you want more from me, and we'll speak to you soon.